Hey everyone, Nitesh this side. So let's start with the question. So the question is k difference pair in an array. So you're given an array of integer nums and an integer k. You have to return the number of unique k difference in the array. Okay, so k difference is basically you can say a num I minus num j is equal to k, and the difference is absolute. Okay, so you can arrange in any order. So let's see with an example. Okay, so let's take this example 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Okay, so let's take a pair. Let's say we take a pair as 3, comma 1. So if we calculate the difference between them, 3 minus 1, and if we take the absolute, we will get a difference as 2, and our k is 2. So we need to find how many pairs are equal to this difference. Okay, and that should be unique. So if we take this one as a pair, we can't take this pair, okay, because 3 1 is already present, so we can't take this one again. Okay, and if we see one more pair is also exist, we can see 3 and 5 also. Okay, so if we calculate difference between 3 and 5, and we can arrange this in any order, like we can write it and 5 and 3. Okay, so if we calculate the difference 3 minus 5, it will be 2. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting 2 count, so our output is 2. Okay, so now let's see how we can approach for this question. Okay, so what we will do, we will generate all the pairs. Basically, how can we generate? So we will start our loop from start from 0 to n, and similarly our second loop start from j is equal to I plus 1, it will also go to n. So these two will get a pair, so this will be num I and num j. Okay, and we will check if their difference is equal to rk, then we'll increment the counter. Okay, now before incrementing the counter, we need to maintain one more thing, because we can't take the same pair like 3 1 and 3 1 again. What we will do, we will create a set of string. Okay, you can take anything, because I need some sort of hash or a set which can store the unique element. Okay, so before increasing the count, I need to check. I will just insert it into my, like, I will not increment the count. I will just do set dot add this num I and num j. Basically plus, I will do plus. Basically, I'm doing a insert it into a string. So after that, I will just return the set size. Okay. So every time whenever my pair is equal to that k difference, it will insert into my set, and set will only maintain the unique element. Okay, so you can see we can do with this approach also. Now, can we improve, or can we do in basically in one loop only? So let's see how can we approach, or how we get the intuition behind that. Okay, so as you can see in our previous approach, we were storing this in a set to get the unique element. So let's set we basically use to get a unique element. So we just use for a hash. Okay, so what we will do, we will take a hash map. Okay, so we will create a hash map of element and their occurrence. Okay, so we will start from here. We will see in the hash whether it is present or not. If it is not present, then we will insert this by value 1. Okay, now we'll check for 1. This is also not present. We will insert this and add the value as 1. We will see 4. We will take this and add the value as 1. Now we'll see for 1, and we can see 1 is already present, so we will increment this value 1 by 2, and we encounter the last element, that is 5. We will insert that into the hash map, so 5, and this is 1. Okay, now what we will check is basically we will check if this number plus k is present in hash or not. If it is present, that means I got the difference between two elements that is present in the this map basically, if you can see this a minus b equal to k. So what I am just doing is basically a, just putting a this side and doing k plus b. So if I got this element, that means I got this element. So this element is present. That means I got the difference as k. Okay. So what we will do, we will check. And the benefit of using hash map also, we get only the unique element. So if you can see, we are getting this one only at 1 in the key, because in hash map we having a unique element in as in respect with the key. Okay, so we will iterate this map now. Okay, so we will start from here. We see 3. So what we will do, 3 plus 2 equal to 5. Is it present in map? Yes, it is present. So what we will do, we will increase our counter by 1. Okay, now we'll move forward. We will check for 1. Okay, we'll check 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Yes, 1 plus 2 equal to 3, and 3 is present in our map, so we will increment our counter by 1. So now it becomes 2. Okay, now we move forward to this. We'll check for 4. 4 plus 2 equal to 6. We'll check whether this is present in our hash map. No, it is not present, so we will not increase our count. We check for 5. 5 plus 2 equal to 7. We'll check whether this is present. So this is also not present in the map, and we get our final output. Okay, so there is one more condition which we need to check, is basically if k equal to 0. Okay, so in that case we don't need to do the same step. We need to check if the map dot get key is greater than 1, then we'll increase the counter. Okay, so let's see with an example, the same example, 3 1 4 1 5 having a k equal to 0. Okay, so we'll check, we'll insert this into the map. Okay, so now our map become the same as this. We'll start again, we'll start from here. We'll see this 3. Okay, so first we our k equal to 0, so we will check, is 3 count is 2 greater than 1? No, it is not greater than 1, so we will not increase our count. Okay, so count is 0 here. We'll check for 1. So we can see 1 having a count of greater, which basically having map.getValue as 2. So 2 is greater than 1, so we'll increase our counter. So now our counter will become 1. Okay, now we'll check for 4. Is 4 is greater than 1? 4 value is greater than 1? No, it is not greater than 1. Similarly, 5 is also not greater than 1. So as you can see, we only getting a pair as 1. So, and if you can see, this is the pair that will give us difference between them as 0. Okay, so let's write the code for this. Okay, so what we need is a map. Okay, map of integer, integer map equal to new hash map. Okay, we need a counter variable which will increment the counter. So what we will do, first we will insert element nums array into the map, then we'll find out pair. Okay, and after that we just return the count. Okay, so let's insert into our map. So for int c nums, so what we will do, map dot put our key is c, and we will check whether is it already present or not. So we will check it by, we will check map dot get or default. If it is present, then give some value, otherwise give the default value as 0. and after that just increase the value by 1. Okay, so now our map work is done, so let's create the pair. Okay, so we will basically do for map dot entry integer comma integer. Let's take a variable as entry. This will give from map dot entry set. Okay, now what we will check, we need to check with the two condition. If k is equal to 0, then we need to do something, else we need to do something. So let's do the else part first. So if map is not if k is not 0, so what we will do, we will calculate a number, and if this number is basically entry dot get key, and we will add plus k to this number, and we'll check if map dot contains key this number, then increase the counter, otherwise not. Okay, so this will be the else part, and for the k equal to 0, this is pretty simple. So if map dot get, let's do not map, we already are iterating, so if entry dot get value is greater than 1, we will increment our counter. Okay, let's run the code. Okay, let's see. So our test case is run. Let's submit it. Let's see. So as you can see, our code is submitted, and the time complexity for this is basically, you can say, a big O of array length, so big O of n. For mapping, we are just in the space, we just use the map space, so it will be order of n for space also. So thank you for watching my video.